Oh, here's the jump off.
We back.
I don't even think I can open better than that, guys. What's going on, squad? This is Frosty Phenix here. Welcome to another edition of Phuca-Pod. Be sure to check us out all across social media at Phuca-Name, Phucane. Be sure to check us out wherever our podcast is available. If you like the content, however you are listening to us, give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, rate us 5 stars on your favorite podcast platform, and leave a comment in any of our social media for any content you want to hear us cover in the future, or however we can improve our content if need be. I'm here with the usual squad specs. Introduce yourselves and where people can find you if you want to be found.
Yo, what's goody, y'all? Of course, it's your boy Wav3yGawd. Like Frosty said, we're back. What's going on, big heads? But it's your boy, you know what I'm saying, the sneaker lover, anime watcher, video game player, WavryyGawd. Of course, the waviest player ever, the waviest blurred you'll ever hear about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things going on the past couple of months in the gaming industry, and a lot of things, comics, anime, manga, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna get y'all situated with this one, and you already know what it is. I had all these hobbies that I like to do, but they all made me poor. So I'm trying to get this money.
Broke as a joke. It's expensive.
Man, you ain't never lied, but what's up, squad? Look at that. We still know how to spell Fukunama and everything. It's like we never left.
It's like never left.
But yeah, it's your boy DesertSkies. You know what they say, a desert fox is more cunning than a corner fox.
We still in this. We gotta do it. We gotta do it, man.
You know that a desert fox is a better paper thrower than a corner fox.
God damn. What else is better than?
Yo, you know a desert fox does Splatoon 3 better than a corner fox?
Sheesh.
True. And you know a desert fox actually finished Zelda games better than a corner fox.
Damn, bro.
But yeah, we out here. Catch me on DesertSkies. We out here. DesertSkies. And no, it's not DesertSkies, but not 2 S's. Thank you.
Always gotta say that.
Phonics is important. So, hey, it's been a while. How are you guys doing? Last time we texted you, it's like one of the big head texts. Like, hey,
it's been a minute.
A while. How your mom and them?
I miss her. I
miss you. She talks about you all the time. Oh, really?
A word?
She does.
I was perfect.
We were just talking about you the other day. That's why I decided to call you. What you want?
What's up? So your point is what?
I need a 20. What's up?
But like Wavy said, between all this gaming news and life and everything like that, we are navigating these hallways that we call living, just like the rest of y'all, just trying to make our families happy, make our bills disappear, and enjoy the things that we love to enjoy.
Word. So if y'all can hit that subscribe button on YouTube and all our podcast platforms and follow the podcast, you already know. Rate us 5 stars, like Frosty said. Moves up the algorithm and stuff like that. Helps us get to a wider fan base. So we appreciate that if y'all could just do that. You know what I'm saying? 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So
exactly. So this episode will get straight to the meat and potatoes. Well, not straight to it. The episode theme will be, what have we been playing? So a lot of times you see with Fukunami, with our content, we touch on gaming and we touch on anime, comics, and all that kind of stuff. But we'll talk about just what we've been playing the last few months, and we're at the halfway point of the year. So what's up on everybody's list as far as what they've been gaming on in these last few months?
Does that let you go first?
Mario, the 1,000-Year Door.
Be straightforward with it, folks.
It's amazing. They've added so much to it. They've added to it. I don't know if it's so much, but it's enough to like nostalgia, and then you see the different things in it, and you're like, oh, this is so great. Like I'm playing it in the background right now, and I'm just like, I don't want to finish it too soon because I'm gonna be sad. But then I'm like, this is just such a fun game. And also, besides that great RPG of all time, I've been getting my butt beat and beating people in Tekken. It's just been a while because I think you saw it on Fuganami maybe a while back. That I made it to Fujin because I'm a somewhat decent. I'm okay. Then I got knocked all the way down to like Mighty Ruler. Then I crawled my way back up to Fujin. So that's where I am right now.
It's a ladder now.
The ranking struggle is real.
Yeah, no, like if Corner was on here, he'd be telling you how he's like a Tekken king by now. He's just over here just having fun in rank, just just walking through it, while the rest of us over here are battle scarred and judging our decisions daily.
he would rebuttal. I got a rebuttal for him in the sense that because he would be like, hey. The road to dubs is paved in L's. Don't think I haven't caught my L's and got to be the great that I am without catching so many L's. You just got to get better, man. You just got to get good. That's how I've been doing.
The road, the street lights, the potholes are all made of L's. Like, it's just amazing. I've got through this road.
Shapes your road to greatness,
The whole get good mentality, which is thanks to the social community, but we'll get to that in a later point. Later in the episode.
But that's it for me. What about y'all?
Wave, you want to go?
I mean, sure. Last thing I played recently, I was, like I said last episode, I was playing Rise of the Ronin. Keyword I said was.
Keywords.
Keyword because like that got put in my back burner. It's not that it wasn't a good game, it was just like it's like a middle of the road type of thing. Like it's nothing amazing, but nothing that like is like telling me to play it every day. You know what I'm saying? And everything. But I did put that down to play Tales of Kenzera Zao, the one about the African developer that played Bayek, I think, and Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yeah, I downloaded it on PlayStation.
Good? It's definitely good. Like it's like it reminds me of Ori and the Blind Forest. Like literally, it does because like I mean, it's not just it's a side scroller, but a lot of the mechanics too and stuff like that. It reminds me a lot of Ori and the Blind Forest stuff like that. And the story is really good too. Like he said in the Game Awards, he dedicated to his father, his Baba, who passed away and stuff like that. And you can see it in the story, in the gameplay, and in all the games, the bosses. So I just beat it. It's very good. It's very short, like probably 10 hours at the max. Maybe 11 you're trying to do everything. If you're trying to do everything, 12 you're trying to do everything, whatever. Maybe 15.
Oh, that's super easy. Oh,
yeah, it's mad. Like the level, it's like 4 different chapters. And that's really it. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. So it's a W game. And I will say that I wanted this game earlier, but because I was playing Tales of Kenzera out, I kind of stopped trying to get it. So I just got Stellar Blade on Friday. I got the physical copy from Target. So I'm gonna be starting that soon.
Physical copy.
Yeah, because if I want a game really bad, I'm going to get a physical copy. Like, and I had like my own. Like, y'all know, I had my own that game. So it was called Project Eve, like way back, like a couple years ago. So that was
we've been talking about it for a grip. You've been talking about it for a grip. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm be playing that, boot that up. It's probably gonna take a long time to even install it on the PS5, whatever. But I'm be hyped to play it because I had real fun with the demo. So I'm cool with it.
We need to get more physical copies because, like, how much do we really own if everything we have is digital?
You know, I think about what you said and what your uncle said, and even thinking about like the physical copies are probably also saving you memory space. Because a lot of times people, like for me, my issue is the game takes up more of the memory than the actual save file. So I have a select amount of games on my hard drive at a time because of that issue. Where if I had the disc versions of them, I probably wouldn't have so much of an issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Shout out to Ubisoft. We'll get to that later too. Yeah.
I had a question for you, Wavy, from your Stellar Blade commentary and following this since Project Eve. How'd you feel finally seeing it come to fruition and then from concept to release? Only because it's been hot in the news and we've all followed a game from concept to release, but I think Project Eve is definitely on the tip of everyone's tongue right now. That we've been covering from concept to release, and you've been following it heavy.
Yep.
So, like, how do you feel about it finally making it to the print?
I mean, I was super happy because I remember when it got announced at Project Eve, and when I first saw the gameplay, I was like, that's like Bayonetta, but like with like a Souls light. Man, I say light because it's not like a Souls-like kind of game. But it's like, oh, you got to parry, you got to really know what you're doing and stuff like that. Oh, this could be really fun and everything. I didn't even care about what the main character looked like. It is that the gameplay looked super fun. So I was like,
look me in the eye. Look me in the eye and say that.
I mean, I
look me in the eye and say that.
I honestly don't really care what she looks like. Honestly, like, like if she's bad, she's whatever. I don't care. Like, as long as the gameplay is fire, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? And so
you're saying your experience would be better if she was black with curly hair?
Well, of course. I mean, I'm black, so of course I'm gonna.
There it is.
I'm black, so of course I'm gonna root for anybody black. Are you serious? So I mean, right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I was happy to see like it actually came to fruition and actually came out and stuff like that. I mean, it's like it happened with I mean, this one's a disappointment, but what's it called? Damn, it was called Project Athia at one point. Forspoken.
Yeah.
Remember, that was called Project Athia when it first got announced at PlayStation Showcase like a couple years ago. And they got the Force thing, went to Forspoken, and you saw delays, and you saw the game come out, and I played the demo. I was like, ooh, not it. But I know from the demo of Stellar Blade, that's not gonna be the case. So, you know,
hey,
I'm just gonna
game
try
development
to
is very hard.
You said what?
Game development is very hard, trying to find fun for multiple people to buy your game and hopefully still pay bills at the end of the day.
Development is very hard, so doing the game development is probably super hard. So,
but shout out to Stellar Blade though.
And our
friend Ron said it looks good too, or he played it, he likes it.
And the controversy around them censoring her skins because some of them were very revealing.
That's what they said.
Play the game, like, you know. But
it's like a slippery slope with that, because one side is like people that want to preserve it, other side is just like a lot of horny toads that are trying.
And it's 100
horny toads.
That's
funny.
Like you said, Wavy was like, yo, I like the game, like the gameplay. Some people might have bought that joint because it's a fine looking joint on the cover. What's the game called? I don't even know.
No. It's probably a lot of people like that too.
I don't even know what it's called. Like, you know,
well, people just don't want to change their rating of their game. They're like, yes, it's like, you know, action packed and slightly mature, but then it's like, oh wow, she does a split to kick somebody and you just see everything. Now it's like very mature.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
People, so it's like, but then you have the horny toads who just be like, I'll take 2 copies. Sir, it's the same game. I'll take 3.
More money from the store. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What you been playing, Frosty? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Corner will judge me, and I know this, but for one of my options, talk about the big head text, okay? Talk about the big head text, and it's not.
Is that like every expansion for you with Destiny? Like, hey, big head, how you doing?
Yes, it has, and I'll speak on that briefly. Like, if anything, the Final Shape DLC I thought is superb. It's almost, but what's messed up is that from a standpoint, you think that because Lightfall didn't do well, and then the layoffs at Bungie's, the PlayStation or whatever, and then the word of mouth, not necessarily fact, but the word of mouth that if this game didn't do well, that Bungie would just get totally absorbed into PlayStation to cut losses.
And that's probably why they had to do this for Final Shape.
So they went, when they went, pardon the colloquialism for people who are listening, they went balls to the wall.
What a word. Good word.
And gave us, like, I mean, it might have been a part of the plan the whole time, you know, because we're not, like, Drew, like, you know, you might see this for people that, you know, thinking like, oh, like, they suddenly changed this idea, and it's kind of like, how you know we ain't have this already planned out, and we was just working out some things, you know? It's not a...
Because I was like, you can't pivot on stuff like that to the last minute.
You can't just suddenly program a game and go, and then we'll merge your powers to light and dark. Send. Like, that's... You had to structure every guardian, every type to be able to do their recent power, which is prismatic, which you can merge light and dark. You got a new grenade. You can combine your light and dark powers and your new light super for different combinations of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that took time. That wasn't just an overnight, like, we're going to crunch out 80 hours a week and just hope it works.
90 hours a week. Today, make this change today. We didn't have this idea now. We want it today. Like,
My daughter's birthday is today. Happy birthday. Back to work.
Like, you know? So it's been over time, but I think shout out to the marketing department because they are the best big heads for Bungie and PlayStation, where they hit everybody with the prismatic. I think the content in between the Lost Light, or I forget whatever it was leading up to Final Shape, what the season was called, but they put in a horde mode. I played that, and then they knew how to get everybody back because they had a thing you could earn called the Super Black Shader, where basically, and I put up a video on my TikTok where basically it's like Spider-Man. Like when you finally get it, it clings onto you like a symbiote and it becomes a new shader. So now when you put it on, most of your stuff is black.
Super black shader.
Super black shader. Super black. Like shaders over time on Destiny have been kind of like a dark or gray or maybe black with a couple grays in. Like, no, you put this joint on, your clothes are black. Like you can't, if you turn off the lights, all you see is your head black. Like they knew what they was doing.
Yo,
you know,
this is so cool. Yo, Frosty and Destiny are basically a Victorian love story. Just over here, like, dear Destiny, it is summer's eve, and I seem to have missed your call again. Do not worry, my heart does not yield for you no longer. Winter, dear Destiny, our time together was short but very lovely. Thank you for visiting me this autumn. My mother speaks highly of you once again.
Speaks highly
Do
of
not
you.
fail me. Here comes spring. Dear Destiny, I thought we have reached a good point between us. I seem to have been wrong once again. I will not play the fool a fourth time. I will not fall for your charms. Summer comes. Dear Destiny, you clever fox. You have drawn me into your web once again. Do not worry, though. I will not falter this time because our love is eternal. My friends judge me, but I care not. Yours forever, Frosty. I can't wait to see what winter brings.
Shut up. Oh, good morrow, my kind, Destiny. Have heard now from another period of time, and have wondered how thou feel after our raunchy summer. But I haven't
toxic relationship.
and right, and it's also toxic because like we talk about, I've been in it since day one, so I bought like all their content, all the games, and all that kind of stuff. And for we talk about it all often. We talked about in episodes prior how base game Destiny is free, and you pay for the DLC now. So people that are getting Destiny, let me get it now. You download it, it's free. It's like Warframe or like other games where base game's free. It's like I want to enjoy the DLC. Now that's when you start talking about money. Before you paid for whatever, now they got this new model, and it's like I think a lot of people that have been playing since day one have been kind of like, why can't we just get it all for free since we've been paying your bills? And as a game developer, I'd be like, I'm sorry to hear that. That's a shame. $60.
I still got bills.
I can't be mad. I can't be mad. Like, oh, you've been playing since 2014. You're waived. You get all this hard work for free $99.
Shoot, they would have been out of business.
With people feel like they've been making hand over fist with the cosmetics that you can't earn, you have to pay for. A lot of cosmetics, the good ones, the really good ones, you can't.
I've heard about
you
that.
Can't
too.
earn. But I give Final Shape a 10 out of 10. Like in the story, like a lot of times with DLC for like the Lightfall content, people didn't really know what was going on. People felt at the end kind of they had more questions than answers. This one, I mean, spoiler alert, you beat the big bad that we've been talking about for 10 years, but then you come to find out that technically that's not the big bad that we've been talking about since Destiny 1. And now there's a whole concept that behind that, this is chess, not checkers. And the bull that just rolled out basically was kind of like he just overstepped his bounds and the universe let him and he got smacked. Like that's basically how the story is going. But yeah, no, I like the ways they're like the armor again. And mind you, we're still talking about as you get older, you get more responsibilities. We're doing this podcast thing. You got your day job, you got your marriage, and like 3-4 hours of a game with tasks is a lot of an ask sometimes. Get 30 kills with this sniper rifle. In what? Like, in Crucible against people? How much time do you think I got? That kind of thing. Or you finally finish through that and you look up and it's 1 a.m. and you have work in 8 hours.
And you gotta walk the dog.
And you didn't wash the dishes prior as you got on the game because you wanted to be sweaty. And your partner left you like the water on the table with a note to saying, I didn't want to bother you because you were just really good in your game. Or you were really engrossed in your game. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Yep, and then you get hit with that Victorian letter again. Dear husband, it would seem that your sweaty hours of destiny have made you forget me. Well, the warmth in my bed is no longer there, and I would like to see you tomorrow. This is a demand, not a request.
Not a request. That's the main line in there.
Your love, Des.
Hey, yo, why you gotta single me out like that? But you ain't wrong. But aside from Destiny, now for me with being so hyped, Final Fantasy. Yeah, no, technically it hasn't been Destiny. Now, mind you, like where am I finding this time? Don't worry, I will kind of answer that. Final Fantasy Rebirth. I did get it day one. I played up to a certain point, but then I got engrossed because it's really like maybe almost a Final Fantasy burnout. Because I finally beat 16 like last month.
Yeah, you did say that. That's right.
I beat 16 last month, and then that game's kind of like, you got to play through it again for Ultimate Weapon.
I wasn't doing that.
No.
All them cutscenes, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that again.
No, I ain't doing that. Like, what you mean again? And then like my homie was telling me like the boss battles when you have to press the button or whatever to react in the hard mode, like it doesn't tell you a button. It just flashes the screen. You have to guess.
Oh, really?
Mechanic.
Like the what? The QT or something like that?
Yeah, like it's not.
That seems like a really dumb mechanic. Like, guess what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's like what?
You fail. Like you have to keep trying. And I'm like, that's from a programming standpoint. It's like, oh, it's really Russian roulette where it could be R1, triangle, square, X, or circle.
Yeah, that's
what 33%, 15% chance of like. Like.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too fun, honestly.
No, not really. Like, sometimes if you get to the end cinematic and you fail, or you spend the die or whatever, you used all your potions and you die, you got to start over.
Yeah.
I'm good. Unfortunately, maybe later, maybe when we're retired and we get paid to do this, then I'll do it. And you pay me $10,000 to play through it again and do that. Sure, I'll do it.
Sounds cool.
But between that. Rebirth fell back for me, so it's kind of like the Rise of the Ronin thing for me. So I stopped at Golden Saucer. Helldivers 2. I was in the fandom.
So hard.
Woo, boy.
Fell off so hard.
Boy. I was in that joint faithfully, and I was like, man, freak Destiny, Helldivers 2. Hooah! Aliens, robots,
democracy,
liberty.
The main one, democracy. That's the main one.
Yeah. Liberty. All that stuff, drinking all the Kool-Aid. And then now I think it was a report I saw on Facebook at this time of this recording that like it lost 90% of its player base.
Oh, that's so
90%?
90%. I don't know if that's a fact right now. I don't know if that's a speculation, but more or less you can definitely say 50%. It's lost.
After that whole ordeal they had with the PS
you have to make a sign in or whatever on PC.
Yeah, and they dragged that back. They dragged that back like 2 days later. It took that back 2 days later and stuff like that. And I don't think it's more so like you had to make a sign in a PSN account. I think it was more so that PSN is not allowed in certain countries. So if you don't have PSN, then you can't play in certain countries, which is like that's probably the main reason why they backtracked on it. You know what I'm saying? So,
correct.
But it was still a dumb decision to make.
It was definitely PlayStation's decision to do that, and they were probably trying to like not fudge the numbers, but they trying to like maybe they were trying to fudge the numbers on like PSN and stuff like that, and trying to add more members and everything. So
yeah, but like people just gonna do like, well, I mean, that's more members in more countries. That would have been the base PlayStation sign in, which is I think is now like $80 a year annually because they up the prices of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that'd have been more bread. Technically, if you want to play online with people, you got to pay annually.
Yeah.
But no, I once I got to the power I wanted with that, I took that off in Destiny. So now it's Destiny. I've gotten back on Elden Ring. I just killed, as of this recording, I killed one of the 2 guys I need to get to the Shadow of the Erdtree content.
Okay.
Because I literally I started a new playthrough, but I was like 25% in the beginning. But at a Destiny and the content was coming, and I realized, oh, here's what you got to do it because it just didn't give it to you. I was like, oh, that's what you got to do, which are like quests in themselves, and it's like, okay, I'm taking my time with it.
Yo, it is horrible. I just looked up Helldivers 2, who's playing it during February, like March when it first came out. It had like 500k people.
Sure.
Now it's at 42k.
God damn.
Yeah.
Shit.
They
Concurrent players?
That game. Current players, yes, they killed that game.
And that's on like all platforms, like Steam, PlayStation, Xbox.
This is from Steam at least, which makes sense because after they made that, people on Steam were like, "Oh, if I don't have a PlayStation, I can't do it." So it's like,
yeah, they backtracked.
The game was gonna last a while too, so
they backtracked it, but the demo's already done when it happened.
Yeah, so like F that.
There's a frequent word that I notice in games these days, and I was having a conversation with a gentleman yesterday. People want to see end game content, and it's like
they've been wanting to see that for a minute now. Like end game content, you don't know end game content. It's like, why am I playing your game type of thing?
Yeah,
you gotta see the flag at the top of the mountain and be like, that's where I'm going.
Right?
You
know, like out of games now, just kind of like just play to play and say, what's my end goal? that's the thing. There isn't one. Like
we'll give you fake ones, but we're still developing those.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's no
that's real sad.
There's no final big mission in Helldiver with like an 8-player raid on a planet. It's just like, hop in, 4 people, get in, extract, get your powers, extract material, pay for your powers, be able to kill more things, and then the battle pass things, like you earn enough credit in game to buy at least 1 or 2. But it's probably encouraging you more now to pay for the other weapons that you need because they're like more effective, more elemental based. So you have an easier time with killing the enemies. More of an easier time. I'm not going to say easier time because if you've played anything above suicide, all power to you. Excuse me. Let me be politically correct. Unalive mode.
Unalive mode.
You have to be very careful.
Back in my day, when you were playing extreme, you were cool.
Right. Now
you gotta be unalive.
Right, you gotta be unalive, and I think the highest mode is like Helldivers. It's like,
no, of course.
Okay.
Name it after the game. After the game. Name it after the game.
Basically. So that's, stuff in between.
Wild,
so, Destiny, Final Fantasy, and Elden Ring, Helldivers, Warframe sprinkled in somewhere in there. I'm between all of those, and of the ones I've mentioned, 2 of which are, what's the word? Like MMORPG ish, looter shooters. 2 are RPG, long-term adventures. Yeah, so 3 are like endless games, and 2 have lofty long-term goals. Like,
not long-term goals.
Like Final Fantasy is like they extended that game so much there wasn't an original. Like, like as many hours I put into this probably would have been done or past the point that I'm at in Final Fantasy. Like, there's a lot of padding.
But I'm sad for Frosty because he found his new crack. He was like, I like this. Then they went and changed the recipe. Like, wait, what happened to that good stuff you had?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
He's like, man, because you were about to go to Helldivers 2 for a hot second. Like, okay, F Destiny. You're like, you know what? I'm going back to my old crack. I know what that tastes like.
With Helldivers,
the old crack.
With Helldivers,
the old crack.
After a while,
so there's new crack and there's old crack.
Well, Helldivers, it was like you said, like you don't have any end game. Like it was after a while, I was like, it just like like homies not getting on as many times, like people that you were their squad, and you get on. Where you at? Oh, had to fall asleep. I got to go.
Yeah, I had to go get water. I'm still there.
You know, I'll be right back. 2 days later. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just dip. People go, you know, and I've done it too. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I'm like, I've been busy. So, between that and I got one of the skills I wanted, and I just was like, well, if I don't stay here, I don't really have the motivation to.
Yeah, I feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, seeing yourself ragdoll so many times is, you know, it gets boring after a while. And like once you do get your weapons and you're a kid, you're like, okay, this is kind of cool. This is still fun. It's still fun. If I jumped on now, I'd probably be on it for an hour. Like, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Bugs and F the machines because they were like ridiculously hard. But I was just like, okay, back to Apex, back to Overwatch.
Go what you know.
Back to the crack I know.
Go what you know.
Back to the crack. Back to the crack I know.
What you know. That's crazy. Like, but yeah, no, like it's you know, going with what works, the things you probably put a whole bunch of time into. I mean, yeah, like, will I ever go back to Helldivers? I'm not saying no, just not right now. Just not right now.
That means never.
Helldivers outside while it's raining, while Eric and Destiny 2 by the fireplace, like chatting it up. Helldivers is like,
baby, I love you, baby.
Right, with the boombox outside.
Eric comes to the window, sees Helldivers, close the curtains.
Baby, I love you, baby.
Shut up.
I think a couple points. Corner Fox couldn't be with us today, but he dropped a few points for us to make on games. He said, his points are emulation is flames and it's always been A1. The more that happens, the better we can keep vintage gaming alive. Watch Dogs is ass. 60 FPS frames per second is a must. Helldivers 2 or otherwise.
I don't know if it's a must
because he definitely don't be on that game.
Right.
He was on there for a hot second, and then just like everybody else before us, he's like jumped off. He's like, you know what?
Corner's quote.
Dojo.
You know, right? I'd go to dojo and beat people up. But in real life, but he'll say if it's not fire, he ain't getting in it. If it ain't fire, I ain't doing it.
That's really how it is. So that's what
I can't wait till this man gets older. He's gonna be hilarious. Hey, Dad, I got into college. That's flames.
That's fire, son. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire, my young one.
Dad, nobody says that anymore. Okay, it's Frosty. There you go. Happy? I didn't say flames.
No. He said, esports and competitive gaming have been a thing long enough to where it doesn't surprise me if it continues to grow. Hype AF for Blacksmith Wukong. I forget about that game sometimes.
A lot of you hype for Black Myth Wukong right now. You know what I'm saying? It might be it's coming out in August too. So. Yeah.
Jet Set Radio is Flames AF, and Bomb Rush Cyberpunk did a perfect job of keeping the franchise alive.
They did, and I'm so mad they didn't get no awards at the Game Awards last year. I'm so mad about that. Shout out to Team Reptile for doing that, paying that homage, man.
That
was a really good game.
That's 2 endorsements from Cornered and Wav3yGawd to pick that title up, y'all.
It shouldn't be that much. No, I hope not. I mean, it was like 30 or 40 when it came out. I think something like that. Maybe 30.
Right. Helldivers was 40.
Yeah, that's true.
So support your lower cost games.
Exactly.
Lower cost for a great time. Backwards compatibility is flames. We'll talk about that later. And PS2 dropped the ball after innovating with the PS3. Every new console should have backwards compatibility. We will touch on that later. Visions of Mana is going to be fire. Original installment in the Mana franchise, a day one purchase for me.
Day one cop for me too.
Let me see. He hasn't started Hellblade 2 yet, but he's still hyped to try it. Nintendo is
a lot of people didn't finish Hellblade 2. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. Nintendo is Flames, Mario and Luigi, Zelda. No, we're going to touch on the new Mario Brothers game and the Legend of Zelda game where you play as Zelda. Okay, yep.
That's in Nintendo Showcase. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It looks interesting.
Absolutely. Destiny is some shit. Okay, of course.
Don't
Y'all
let
can
him
see
talk about your
Frosty's
love that
face
way.
right now. If y'all watching YouTube, y'all already see Frosty's face. But
Don't let him talk about your love like that. You didn't have to read it out loud. You could have just skipped it.
No, I
You can
got
say,
I got to get his points out
okay.
there because he what he
You
wanted.
could have been like Destiny is flames, and anyway.
He'll come.
Flame.
He'll come behind me and be like, "No, you ain't say I said that. I ain't say that. I ain't say that. Take it off." But that's Cornered Fox's points on gaming that he contributed. He couldn't join us today. He had something to take care of, but yeah, so that's his points for gaming. I don't know what he's playing these days because y'all here just dealing out hands.
From what I've been seeing, he been playing Tekken 8 with Desert and Ron.
Waxing y'all up.
Hey, I've been getting way better. It used to be one-sided. Now it's just like 3/4 sided. So like
3/4 sided. that quarter, you gotta cut that quarter.
Yo, I be taking like at least one round each time, but like, yeah, man, because you could tell when it's somebody's main game. Because like Tekken's like I like to get better at it, but it's not what I'm gonna play every day. But also, I just realized I'm just like a slightly above average gamer. And I'm only slightly above because I'm like starting to recognize patterns faster. I I could outdo people who probably been doing the same amount of time. But then there's people who are just way clearly better than me.
And that's honest. And that's honest. And I love
and
that.
And that's okay. That's okay.
You know? I love that you put your ego to the side. People be like, ain't nobody better than me, and they trash. It's like, you trash. It's fine. That's not your thing. Not you.
I'm no Apex Predator.
Right.
I'm no Tekken God. I'm no whatever high rank is, top 500 in Overwatch. But am I platinum? Yes. Am I Fuji? Yes. Am I better than the average person?
Yes.
Technically, yes. Technically, yes.
It's an interesting place to be in when it's like you can beat on a noob, but the pro be smacking you up too. And it's like, and that's honest.
Yeah.
Like, I could beat a noob, the pro smack me around, and then the average dude who's kind of like me, we go back and forth. But if you average like me and you don't like it like I do, oh yeah, I'm taking you to town.
I got lucky. I got lucky with my grenade or whatever ability in the game that I had against average Joe person. It's like, oh yeah, trade blows. Lucky.
But then also, I'm at that point as a gamer. It's like I realize it's all my mentality. I probably should have found out earlier. But like, if I'm having like a good day, I play better. If I'm not feeling myself, I play way worse. And then I'm just like, oh, I suck. And I keep on playing. And I'm like, why am I sucking even more? I'm just like, okay, I'm not helping myself win. So I'm like, okay, play a different game or actually go outside and like look at the sun directly.
My eyes!
Directly. Directly.
Punish myself for being a bad gamer.
My leg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Overwatch, y'all know you said something about that desert. Luka Doncic, NBA player who was just in the finals, he actually revealed that he's a top 500 ranking for a tank role, I think, in Overwatch too.
When you get time in between practice.
Well, I mean, if you have a team, I can see you doing it because, like, believe me, being a solo queue like me, it is rough. Is it impossible?
I don't even know if he is or not. I mean,
is he a solo player? Is he a part of a league? Like,
I don't know. He might be solo. I'm not sure. Like you said, like he has practice and he has games and stuff like that. So I don't know. But
like
he did post. He did post that he had the top 500 ranking, which I was like, what? You played Overwatch? Okay, I guess.
I always love seeing those posts. It'd be like, yeah, I'm super famous, well built, and I play video games. I'm the whole package. I'm like, calm down. Just because I'm missing like 5 abs don't mean I can't whoop you too.
5 abs. I mean, one ab. I don't think that's even possible. That one ab.
That one ab just be showing though. Everything else is covered with fat, but it's okay. I worked on that one ab.
I feel accomplished.
Right. I mean,
but that's pretty cool though.
Leaning into it now, I think we touched on like all the gaming points that we have here on the list. Let me see. Where do you start? So first of all, I'm seeing this one at the top. N64 emulator Delta is on iOS. Look at these like emulators on the phones. I'm being a granddad right now when I feel very granddadish.
Yeah.
Like games games you needed the red, white, yellow connector on the TV to run, you can now just have in the back of your pocket.
Yeah.
I missed that. I missed the red yellow connectors.
I
It makes me feel connects me to my childhood. HDMI is way better.
It is.
No, don't get me wrong, but I'm just like it's just like, boop, boop, boop. And you're like, wait, I have an extra
Channel 3.
Where does it go?
Yeah.
Okay, I just need the blue and I just need not the blue, the yellow and the red. Okay, cool. The white was optional apparently this time.
I mean, I will say that since Nintendo's like really good emulators and like shutting them down, you've seen that a couple times. You put on it a couple times, so I'm like literally waiting to see what is going to happen with Delta because I don't see that lasting for long if Nintendo gets wind of it. But maybe they also have something on Nintendo. I don't know. Something's going on because I'm surprised. Like it was like out everywhere, and I don't know. I ain't hear nothing about being shut down yet. So that's interesting to see.
They're doing the paperwork right now. So
you think they're doing it right now?
It's a time to go.
You see the
Delta.
You see the meme on online where the Joker slides down the stack of money. Where's the Italian?
Yeah.
when Nintendo runs out of ideas, where's the Italian?
I just see that was funny though because it's funny because like that's literally like I put something like that on I heard something about that recently too that they might be working on a new Nintendo game due to like leaks and stuff like that. I think like it was a little bit later on the show notes, but I mean you already said something about Italian Mario. I'm trying to get better with these segues.
Let's see, but that's the thing, like nostalgia don't hit for me unless I could play it on something better with better graphics. Like if you give me Super Mario 64 and I could play it on my Switch, oh yeah, I'll buy it. But like for me to emulate it on my phone just so I could have that classic soundtrack and everything else, I'm like, nah, dog, I'm good.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's not enough of a selling point for your nostalgia.
No, I need my nostalgia to be somewhere attainable and reachable, not on my phone. Like I want it on a big screen. Like I know I could. People be like,
I understand that
you
too.
could just stream it onto your. No, shut up. No, that's too many steps.
That's a fact though. I don't want to do that either. I want to have it on my actual like big TV screen in my game room.
I will speak on it. I got Des into gaming. Shout out to getting your partners into gaming for real. She was like, I want to switch, but I don't want to start like she thought the LED was big, and I've talked about this before. But like, got her to Switch Lite, and then she's like, actually, maybe it would have been better if we'd have got a Switch. Okay, experience is the best teacher. We're going to wait for the Switch 2, of course.
Yeah. Oh wait, let me go to my money tree real quick. I'll fix that.
What do you want?
Just here, cultivate the soil. Back up, Trump. Cultivate the soil.
Back up, Trump.
Back up, Trump.
It's like, oh yeah. I got Lauren a Switch 2, but a long time ago. But so I'm waiting for the Switch 2 to come out. So I'll get the Switch 2 first, and then like a year later she gets.
Dag, you're not going to get. Oh, so no. To your point, she has a profile on my PlayStation 5. Yeah. Shared.
I haven't given Lauren
custody.
One. Oh, never that. No, I paid for it. You're a renter.
You're a renter.
You're a renter. You might be a squatter at best, depending on what laws you have in your state. But like,
hey yo,
there's never no like, oh, can I play the PS5? Because it's all connected to my TV because everything's in my office. So I'm just like, when I'm done.
I feel that though, man.
I feel that for sure.
I mean, I haven't like my wife is not into gaming. I mean, she plays The Sims and she plays Animal Crossing.
That's gaming.
But she's like not even. She's not even in, and she's not in Animal Crossing like that either. She like I don't think she played it in mad long. That's why I can't say that she's like in a game like that. She hasn't played it.
So Wavy elitist. She plays Sims. She's not real.
Nah, because she hasn't played. She hasn't played it in dumb long. Like she's just like I don't know what happened and everything.
She lost interest.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think she's lost interest and everything. Because like Animal Crossing is like life simulator. You have to like be like on that every day to like or every other day to like be in charge of your island, make sure everything is good. She hasn't been on there in mad long.
Right about saying her. I hope her people.
Right.
People on Earth are like, please turn the game off.
Sheesh. I think Des asked me the same question about like, do you think it was like one game too? Do you think if I leave? No, Harry Potter. If Harry Potter, let me be respectful. Hogwarts Legacy. It's not Harry Potter.
There you go.
Hogwarts Legacy. If her animals that she took care of in Hogwarts Legacy, because of course you get to herd animals in a little pocket dimension if the animals are okay. I don't know. I don't know if it functions that way.
I was like, considering it's a video game, yes. In real Harry Potter world, no. You abused them. You left them alone. They did in that pocket dimension.
They are dead. Yes.
Was like, at least they have water, food. I can't say so much.
I mean,
let me see. Next is
even with that.
Next is Watch Dogs is dead. Corner made a comment about that. Is there anything that we want to talk about that with?
Yeah, I think it was something. I put down there so long ago. I put that on there so long ago that like Watch Dogs might be dead or something like that. Like I think I put that on I think we put that on Threads at one point. And I just forgot like what that was about. Honestly, it was so long ago, so I was surprised they even put it on the show notes today.
Yeah, it's just a point. We can gloss over it. But is it dead? The consensus sounds like yes. And nobody's really talking about it.
I haven't played that since the first one, so and I played a demo of the second one, which I was pretty cool. But that's all I know.
Desert,
you know what I'm saying?
No comment.
Yo, if it ain't Overwatch, Apex, Paper Mario, 1,000 Year Door, or Tekken, I ain't touched it. No, actually, I did touch Star Wars Survivor for like a hot second, but then Paper Mario. Mm-hmm. But I have to go back to that.
Okay, so it's worth going back to your time. Okay, and an honorary mention, an honorable mention.
Yeah, and then I play Zao because
I also have to play Zao. I do. And shout out to you, brother, if you listen to this podcast.
I mean, it's
on the list. It's on like 10 hours. I'm like, okay, that's
it's like 10 hours. The base game is like probably 17. The base game is like $17, but then it's on PS Plus. So it's
that's
like
why I got it. I should give my money.
Even if it wasn't on PS Plus, I was going to get it regardless. But then it's on PS Plus. I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Sorry, black man.
Yeah, no excuses.
You know what I'm saying? You're right. The thing about Watch Dogs, it was just saying that like somebody's basically a leaker on Twitter or X. Sorry,
right. Both and
basically said because of like the non-success or the failure of Watch Dogs Legion sales wise. Basically, it's saying that like they think that Watch Dogs is like the IP is like dead and it's canned by Ubisoft. That's what they were saying, which
makes sense.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I think they could probably do a remake of Watch Dogs or make a better one like years later because people be like, oh, because like hacking everything around you and whatever else the game brought.
It sounded cool.
Pretty cool.
It sounded cool till like it actually came to fruition, and it's like, oh, this game's kind of boring.
But it's like you gotta really be like, oh, you could hack anything. Like, oh, you walk in next to somebody, you hack their phone. Oh, porn site comes up. It's like, oh snap, you in public. you walk by a bank, you like hack some money. Okay. And then you happen to be able to like fight. Like if you could be like John Wick and hack stuff, I think that'd be a fun game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you gotta talk to Ubisoft about that.
Now, shout out to them for getting into Assassin's Creed Shadows, in which I've like put my bid in on TikTok as a voice actor for RPG. For not RPG.
I can't wait to play Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Because that game looks so great, and I love all the hate that it got for no reason.
They don't have black people in Japan.
Man, if that mug was white, it would have been the greatest thing since sliced bread.
I doubt not to start making not making enemies, but I doubt people would say there were no white people in Japan.
Y'all talking about
the commentary on like Yasuke being
Shadows?
Shadows for Yasuke being one of the two protagonists that you switching between, which is like stating publicly, people are like, that's brand new. They did it in Syndicate, so this is not new.
AKA Assassin's Creed DEI.
Oh my gosh!
Assassin's Creed DEI, baby. That's what
it's historically accurate. No, I can't let you get that. I can't.
According to everybody on X and Twitter is
oh no, sorry, I can't let them get it. Nah, you're right. No, like get out of here.
But also, I just love the fact that whenever black people, especially black men, are featured somewhere, black men, black women, it just does something to the psyche of like the idiot Americans like, that's not white. Must rage. Please.
Must rage.
And it's just like, bro, if you look around the world, most people got melanin. Calm down.
Yeah. Including you. It's just a lot of lighter shade, technically.
I need you to calm down. And it's like, if you're that bold and brave about it, put your picture on the internet. Don't put no icon. Don't put no cartoon. put where you work. and put what you look like, if you really feel that bold about your beliefs and your ignorance.
Yeah, where were you January 6th?
So Helldivers 2 probably. So Helldivers 2 will probably come to Xbox, as we talked about with the.
Yeah, they were in preliminary talks. Apparently, it was like I said, that was discussed a while ago too,
no,
and everything. According to Xbox Era podcast, they're saying that. So,
roll that back. Everybody who hated on Assassin's Creed Shadows, F them.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
I mean, that's facts.
We start getting political. It's like, oh, I gotta be careful here. It's like, oh, y'all getting political? Nah, not really. But yes.
Because from that gameplay they showed Ubisoft Forward, it looks pretty cool. Like it's not like I think you play with both the characters in certain spots of the game, and I think you could like choose once you get a certain part of the game, you could choose which one you want to be with. You could be like the assassin, Naue, I think her name is, or you could be the brute, which you're Yasuke. So it depends on who you want to play with.
Yeah, it's the blueprint from
Samurai,
the blueprint from Syndicate. Like the bull was the brute, and the John was the assassin with the invisibility.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I think I'll probably get it. Maybe we'll see. Because me and Assassin's Creed is not the best relationship in the world, but
no, I feel it. I'm getting it for the pure fact I could be a black samurai.
Yeah, that was the main reason. That was the main reason for me.
Like, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna post about how great it is. I'm gonna post how I never switched to the other person unless I had to.
Well, her gameplay is pretty cool too, though. I like her gameplay.
It does look pretty cool. I can't lie.
Like when she's in the water and like she used like the bamboo thing to breathe through that joint. I was like, cool. That's pretty innovative by Ubisoft. All right,
that was cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I realize the older I get, it's like no. Like if people who like hate on things, especially for horrible reasons, are allowed, I gotta be just as loud about the positivity in the world. So I'm just like, oh, you don't like this because it's black. I love it because it's black. I love it because it's Asian or Latino or somebody with like culture that is not, from here, that actually added to the American melting pot that we have. You hate it because it's not like you in your small low town country where you married your second cousin. Oh, okay.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest hosts and listeners.
I was like, you mad? You mad because going to an international flight for you is going to a state over? You mad that you never been outside your small town? Sorry.
Damn.
Seeing those,
you know how that goes. But...
Seeing the world around you.
Experience the world. Experience different cultures. It's healthy.
It's healthy.
It can be.
We got most PS5 players say 60 FPS. I'll just rapid fire these. PS5 players say 60 FPS is a must. Who doesn't want 60 FPS? But 30 FPS is also understandable.
It's just funny. It's funny how like that is now. You know what I'm saying? Because he asked this a couple years ago.
Oh no, I'm saying like if the game is great. Like I mean, I can't go back and play some games that were PS2. Like if I could go back and play Kingdom Hearts was just great, and I don't think I would even play that joint on a big screen with the PlayStation 2 graphics because it was just.
But I'm pretty sure all those 60 FPS too though. Back in the
was
day.
it?
They were all 60 FPS. I'm pretty sure they were. They just had like very low like graphic quality. That's why they were able to run at 60 FPS. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive that's what it was. And everything.
What was a 30 FPS game that was really great?
There's a couple. I mean,
yeah. No, I'm asking.
Horizon was good.
Like what was?
Pretty sure Horizon was 30 FPS when it first came out. The first Horizon on like PS4. That was good.
I doubt that.
I think it was 30 FPS. I don't know if it was like above that. It was PS4, so I mean, I don't think you can get above.
I don't think PS4 was that weak.
I don't think PS4 was that weak.
I don't think you could hit 60.
I was like, I'm sure we had 60 at least since PS4. If not,
we had 60
into PS3. Like
we had 60 over. I think because the graphics got so much better by PS4 and stuff like that, so they had to sacrifice the frames. I think a little bit.
What are some games? Let's go to Reddit. What are some games that are locked into 30 FPS? I mean,
Starfield was out at 30 FPS recently.
I mean, but it doesn't need 60 frames. I give it because that's a real time strategy game.
Nah, Starfield. No, it's not. Starfield is that's an action RPG.
Or am I thinking something else? I think something else.
Anything about like StarCraft?
Probably thinking StarCraft. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's just funny how back before back in the PS4, Xbox 360 era, Xbox One era. If you asked this question before that, it was gonna be basically flipped and stuff. That 60 FPS is not real and stuff like that. But now it's now that people got it, it's people can't live without it now. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is this research thing was I think it was 66,000 votes or 6,000 people participated in it. I think. And I think 36. It says 36% said that all PS5 games should hit 60 FPS. There's no excuse. 27% said that 60 FPS should always be the target on PS5. 19% said I prefer 60 FPS, but 30 FPS is not a deal breaker. 14% said I don't really care as long as the frame rate is consistent. And then 5% said I don't give a damn about frame rates. So,
see, after a while, you gotta realize your source. If you say you don't care about frame rates because you never placed in the required frame rate,
which I would assume that most Souls games require frame rates too, though. I would assume.
Someone said, I think on Reddit, someone said Bloodborne might have been 30.
It was 30. Yeah. It didn't go above 30. That's why people were mad. That's why people want the remake now. Mm-hmm. That's why people are so hyped they want to remaster a remake for PS5 or Xbox or the PS5 or for Steam or whatever or PC because it's if that game was at 60, it'd be a whole lot better. That's why people always are hyped that are hopeful that PlayStation is going to announce a Bloodborne remaster or remake soon. And it never happens.
It never happens.
It never happens. So
let's see.
That was just funny to me though.
I know I want to hit on a couple extra points before we get ready to wrap up here. I don't even think we have enough time to break down. No, you know what? I think we can give them scores instead of necessarily getting into them. We haven't talked about them in depth, but we were definitely posting the news about them. The Xbox Showcase, the Nintendo Showcase, the State of Play, and Ubisoft Forward. At this half point in the year, where do you think the companies fell as far as getting its player bases excited about what they have coming in the next year? Because they tease things.
Xbox had the best showcase. They had the best showcase this year. To me, and to a lot of people, I think Xbox had the
Too
best
Tall Taylor was so hyped at shout out to Too Tall Taylor. He was so hyped to send me the Terry Crews. It was Terry Crews was and I need you, and had all the things Xbox had. And then it flipped to the shot from the bull from Call of Duty looking over with the PlayStation State of Play.
Yeah, PlayStation.
Face. And I need you. And I miss you. I was like, okay. It's PlayStation State of Play was just kind of like a light touch, all right. And then Xbox was like, we got the heat.
Now, hopefully they can stay on that heat because they had a lot of bangers come out in the Xbox Showcase, a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? State of Play was just okay.
It was just okay.
I give I get it a solid 7.
It was just a reminder that we're PlayStation. Thanks.
Yeah, the Concord multiplayer game looks pretty cool. The 5v5 whatever. That was pretty cool.
A lot of hero shooters coming out.
Oh my gosh, dude, what? No, to that, options out here. Options.
It used to just be Overwatch and then Apex. That's about it. But now everybody else being wait, they're still here after
Marvel Rivals, years. Valorant. Shout out to the Valorant. We'll touch on that later, but we had gotten a chance to actually play the beta. Shout out to the team at Riot for giving us the opportunity. And we played a little bit. It's same conversation still applies that we're now getting inundated with Overwatch-like shooters to the console and the teamwork, team-based, cartoonish-like graphics coming to the shooter genre.
Hey, I'm excited. I'll be playing all of them. I make time for Overwatch. I make time for Apex. I make time for Marvel Rivals. Hopefully, I get in the beta. Mm-hmm.
Please shoot us the beta there.
For PS5, right?
Marvel or whoever's running the development team. We appreciate that.
Yeah, Ease Games, come on. Yo,
we'll let you know. We'll give you feedback.
I told Squad about the link. Hopefully,
that's gonna be $40.
What is
Concord? I don't know if that's gonna work out.
A not free to play game? What?
I'm only saying that because I think it's coming out like in that August time frame too, between like I think it's coming out like in that August time frame. Let me see. Concord PlayStation release date. Let me see. Because that is coming out on August 23rd. So that is literally right before Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft, which people are hyped about because it's Star Wars.
I want it.
So
I want to indulge.
I do. I want Star Wars Outlaws.
I'll give it a chance.
I know it's Ubisoft game, so I know what I'm gonna like get into. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hopefully I beat Survivors before then. We'll see.
Like, I know I'm gonna get to it just because it's a Ubisoft game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be just a whole bunch of missions, a whole bunch of like going to a certain camp and taking out the enemy and stuff like that, getting upgrades and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of sometimes pointless stuff and a lot of stuff to do for no reason. But it's Star Wars, so they got me on that.
Right.
You know.
Yo, why is it already about to be July?
It's crazy.
It's crazy. We're at the halfway point, gentlemen, and people listening. The halfway point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, overall, I think we all agree Xbox carried, and then Nintendo, and we'll get to that in a second. And Wav3yGawd get to that point about Nintendo and Mario. Nintendo, I'd always just never really give them not much of a thought, but it's just kind of like, and that's Nintendo. They do their own thing anyway. Why would you even rank them? They just do their own thing.
Because Nintendo is the godfather of this whole
right,
thing.
Like, you judging Granddad? No, we don't. They just go. Period.
I run this, young man. I'll allow y'all to be here.
If it wasn't for me, y'all would still be ideas and dreams. Let me see. Oh, Black Myth Wukong delayed on Xbox because of optimization. Ooh, that's horrible. Possibly.
Yeah, that came out recently. That like I think Xbox Series S, the optimization on that is not that great right now, so it might be getting delayed on Xbox as a whole, or maybe just Series S. And then there's also rumors that like there's a what's it called? A lock-in, like kind of like it's only gonna be on PC and PlayStation for a little bit, like a timed kind of thing. And then, as people are saying too, I don't know what to believe. I probably believe more the optimization issues on Series S because like that's definitely not as powerful as PS5 and the Series X. So I can see that happening more than like the exclusivity thing. But either way, I think that's gonna sell really well. But if it's like delayed on Xbox as a whole, I don't think that's good either because I think they should enjoy it. They should be able to enjoy that too. But if your Series S is if it's not as powerful, it pushes the limits too much, then that's how that's going to work out. Right. So,
Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, too hard. Probably not. I'm not there yet. I'm doing my second playthrough, and you just have to try. Get good, but not for real. If you're also bad at it, also just be patient. Not everything's got to be.
People don't talk about that.
I need to do that.
Like,
I don't need to do that type of games. I already struggle and like give myself heart attacks with Tekken. I don't need to play no.
It's not even as bad as you think. Well, you know what? I was telling my wife earlier. I'm also speaking from the fact that I already played through it and got the weapons I wanted, and so I'm not struggling as much. Versus somebody who probably might have been playing this fresh, and you got like your sword, your shield, a fireball, and a dream. You know what I'm saying? I've got swords that cause death. I've got swords that cause frostbite. I've got swords that cause bleed. I've got swords that do you against a good tensho from afar. I've got swords that make a lava erupt from whoever I'm looking at in a line down forward. I've got a healing ability. I've got a fire ability. I've got a dragon lightning glaive that I can cast lightning in front of me forever I need to do. I've got a mimic tier that can be me. I've got a death ninja that wields the darkness of the blade I'm carrying. I've got a knight that wields two fairly big claymores that has speed that's ungodly. I'm cool. I'm great.
See, am I going to Elden Ring over here looking like bright-eyed and like, oh, I'm about to have fun. Frosty over here got battle scars, spit on the ground. This your first time? Not in a good way. It's so funny how.
Oh my god! Like, what is this? What is this? Anyway, I'm sorry. That was,
she didn't lie though. How do you keep a man to
it? Wow, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. You know.
I mean,
shut up.
Not at all.
No,
I would like to not lie.
But we also live in a generation now that like people just want like to speed run through things because they want some clout sometimes and stuff like that, and people just want to like be able to play everything. But like I think people know that from software, it's never been that kind of game. That gaming company,
right.
Their game's always been like hard for no reason, and it's supposed to be like a reward kind of thing.
It's
and
not hard for. It's not hard for no reason. That game basically says "think" in all caps.
Yeah,
think.
And it's basically like what the community says is get good. I hate that saying, but I mean it's really what it is. Like, just get good at the game. They give you resources.
The enemies don't show up out of nowhere. They're in the same spot. And if you die and you keep walking the same spot, they're standing in the doorway and they chop down every time I go forward. It's hard. Roll forward, lure them out. Like, think about it. Just think about it.
See, that word is just so disgusting.
What?
Think. I want to mindlessly hack things to pieces.
Yeah,
pick up the collar,
that's basically what it is. And I mean, looking at how many people actually beat the people the bosses you have to beat in order to get the DLC. That's also a thing too, because like I think from what I saw before, only 39.6% of players as of June 21st have actually beat
but
and stuff like that.
But you know why? Because you have to find him. It's not that he's hard.
You have to find him.
People didn't know he was there.
Yeah, you have to
find
him. That's
him.
true.
He's not hard. You just had to find him. You know, it's like
you have to like really explore.
That's all.
So he's like, "That's how cool I am. You want to beat this? Find me. Then you can play DLC. Oh, you bought it? You can't play it yet?
I mean, and get like me and Corner. I don't think Corner had. Well, no, I think he might. But I have like the item that basically makes the bull crippled. Like you walk up to him and you can pull out the shackles and he falls to the ground. So you get things that work for you. Like
it rewards you basically. It rewards you for exploration, basically. That's what it sounds like.
Find his weakness. It's there. You know what I'm saying?
Because this is the first like open world game, I'm sure from software. This is the first open world game. I think. So it's like that's another reason why it got so popular. Is open world. So like people, that's like one of the metas right now when it comes to successful gaming is open world.
Huge. It's huge. And you telling me they put a DLC on it makes it bigger?
Mm-hmm. And enemies are even more crazy. Like that's what people are saying that it's too hard and stuff like that. But I'm like, if y'all gotta try to find these bosses that are like apparently hard or whatever. Y'all think DLC wasn't gonna be hard either? Like, come on.
And I heard that they nerfed it a little bit. Then I think we reported that they nerfed it a little bit. And so now if I beat it, diehards will be like, "You ain't beat it pre-nerf." It's like I didn't get there yet.
But I mean that's the thing. People whine a lot, and then devs have to respond because they're like, "Okay." Back in my day, once the game was out,
right?
That's it. There was no updates, patches. You just had to do what you wanted to do.
I think the gameplay stayed the same. It was just something with the items that you got, or something like
for Elden Ring.
I think I don't know if it like the base game stayed the same or like the gameplay stayed the same, but it was something with like the things you get that can like I guess kind of heighten like your attack or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, that's all it was.
You get yourself a turtleneck, increase your. And I'm serious. Like the turtleneck meat, you you bite into it or whatever, or use the turtleneck meat increases your attack power. Turtleneck. There are turtles.
Do turtles have much of a neck for you to?
They are gigantic turtles in Elden Ring. They don't do anything to you, but you kill them. They're harmless. But if you want to be cold about it, there are a few around, and you just kill them, and you get their turtleneck meat.
Wow, that sounds pretty psychotic. Harmless animal.
That sounds psychotic.
There are deers, squirrels, eagles in Elden Ring that don't do anything to you. You can shoot them if you want, and they give you the bones you need for your bows and arrows. So you don't talk about the demons that you talk about all the demons that jump you, but you don't talk about the harmless animals that you may kill in your wake to get the things you need to try to kill those demons.
And people wonder why some gamers are low-key crazy. I'm just killing to get what I want. It's like, what? I need you to play some Candy Crush,
bro. In this game,
a happy game.
In this game, you can kill the vendors. They allow you to buy things. There's consequences. But you can kill the vendors.
I have heard that. That's pretty wild.
Like this, and the rest of them will hear about this and turn on you. But if you feel so inclined, just a warning.
You do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
To enjoy the experience as you want to enjoy.
Exactly.
Let me see.
I will say that I will say that and it's on like the later show notes too. But I will say that even with the Xbox Showcase being like one of the better ones they had in years, and probably the best one out of this whole Summer Game Fest season that we're in right now. With Summer Game Fest was the actual presentation that was but it has a solid 5 out of 10, maybe lower. But I will say that it's people are giving Xbox a lot of praise because at the showcase being really good, but at the same time they low-key forgot about what they did to Tango Gameworks and Arcane Austin recently and shutting them both down.
Yeah, they shut them down.
It's like they kind of people that kind of forgot about that because the showcase are so good.
I'm about to say the developers didn't because my LinkedIn is up and I see people trying to find jobs. So
from both those places?
Yep.
Damn.
It's real out here.
Well, I thought that like Arcane Austin, if I'm not mistaken, I think that some of their workers got hired by Bethesda and ZeniMax. I think some of them, not all of them. I think some of them got rehired by Bethesda and ZeniMax to work on different things.
I'm pretty sure they did, but not everybody's.
You only get hired by so many people. Maybe they are in any job,
Yeah.
And Tango Gameworks is that sucked that they got shut down because they made Hi-Fi Rush, and that was probably one of the best games of last year, at least to me. And it was
and that's what people were saying. It's dang, you can make a quality, great game and still get shut down.
Yeah. Which sucks.
Or the marketing of it wasn't as stellar as you wanted, therefore the result is you lose your job. Even though the game was quality and more people would have possibly bought it, but it just didn't get in enough hands. Sorry.
Because that was just a shadow drop from the developer direct last year. I remember that joint. It was a shadow drop. It was no one's expecting that shit to come out. And then it came out, people were like, yo, this is fire. This is amazing. It's Devil May Cry mixed with a rhythm game. Okay. And now it's on PS5 and I think Nintendo. But the company's not a thing anymore, which sucks. So
Wavy, what you got about this Nintendo working on the new Mario game? And it's not the Mario Brothers game that they premiered at
Nah, that's something. Nah, this is gonna be something else. Mario Brothers, that the Mario Luigi Superstars joint. That was a game that's coming out. I think it's coming out in November or October. I think. I'm not sure, but that's the first one of the Mario Luigi that's been out since I think for 9 years. It's the first one in 9 years, I think. But this one,
a pretty fun game.
You said the other one's pretty fun.
No, I said it looks like a fun game.
Oh yeah. It looks pretty cool and stuff like that. I don't know if I was. It's not interesting
Mario
to me
and
right
Luigi
now, but
Brothership.
It seems pretty cool.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo. November 7th of this year.
November 7th. Okay. All right, that's cool. Yeah, I mean it's not on my radar, but anyone's happy to get it, I'm happy for you. But so basically, leaker.
I'm not doing it, but if you do it, go ahead.
Right, I ain't gonna ruin your fun.
Fukunami@gmail.com. FukunamiStudios@gmail.com.
Yes, there you go. There you go. But yeah, according to some leaker who does a lot of leaks actually, and stuff like that on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. They do a lot of Sega and Atlas leakers and stuff like that, news, but they have some news about other companies as well. And they basically said that Nintendo might be developing a Mario game that's called it's code name right now. The company is called SP Red, and this is like a regular thing that Nintendo does and stuff like that, where they give like the code names to the big Mario games. Like for example, like for like Mario Odyssey was Red Star, 3D World was Red Carpet. So it's like basically safe to say there's gonna be one of the bigger Mario games, which if I'm a betting man, I'm assuming it's gonna be a launch game for Switch 2. If I'm a betting person.
I put money on that too.
Okay. So, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's a leak. So, it's a rumor. So we'll see if that's actually true or not. But, Switch 2 is coming out supposedly in March of next year. So we'll see.
Let me see. Any other gaming stories in particular you guys want to touch on before we wrap up here?
I mean, shout out to Zelda.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that. I did forget about that. That's like in the feedback for that. And we made a reel recently about another podcast group that where the lady asked, who's Zelda in the Legend of Zelda game, and we got a lot of feedback from that and a lot of backlash. People saying just play the game or whatever. But if you have played the series, I mean, you technically know who she is.
Yeah,
but. Mm-hmm. For those that don't know, Zelda is like I think duotagonist or whatever, a tritagonist. And I'm not reading off of anything in particular, but like Link is always the main protagonist, which I think I heard people to this day still confuse Link for Zelda. But I also understand.
Really?
Allegedly to this day, people still think some people that don't know that's not Zelda, that Link is Link or whatever you name him, because you can name him whatever when you play the game. But but Zelda is the other side of the coin that you don't see her probably in some games. You hear her in the beginning, some games you don't see her till the end, but she's a very important character in the franchise as far as your battle with the ongoing incarnations of Ganondorf, and it's a whole storyline now, like through multiple games, and they're all connected. That's the wild part. They're not one-off stories, they're all connected.
But I would love to know that story of why it's called The Legend of Zelda. Like, I could imagine it, like, we just so, like, used to it be called The Legend of Zelda, be like, The Legend of Link. It really don't roll off the tongue like that. But The Legend of Zelda, I'm like...
So it's called The Legend of Zelda, actually, when I Googled it initially in response to that commentary, I believe, because the creator of Zelda liked the name Zelda. And Zelda was, like, a favorite performer of theirs. So I like that. I'll call my games that.
Oh, simple. I like it.
You ever think I was like, oh, what kind of deep reasoning? Why is this called Banana Blue? I like bananas in the color blue.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that at all.
It's a rough summary. If you want to Google why is Zelda called Legend of Zelda, it's one of the top answers on Google right now. Feel free to search it yourself.
I bet it is.
Not reading it verbatim, but summary is because the creator liked the name. So there's that.
Yeah, and shout out to that. And Metro Prime 4 finally got a release date too. Well, not release. They said 2025, and they don't get no kind of like release date for real. They just said 2025. But gameplay got revealed at the Nintendo Direct. It looked pretty cool.
Is this the first time it's going to be like an FPS? Because most of the time it's always a side scroller.
Nah, Metro Prime was Metroid. The regular Metroid series, like I think, like Metroid Dread and stuff like that. That's like those are usually like the side scrolls, but like the Metroid Prime series, that's like
so. Someone like was saying this is the first something I saw in passing. It was it was something different. If not, it's just the par for the course. Like it's just the game coming out. It's just a newer game. That's fine, but it was like something about this is the first something. I was like, I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely the first person shooter because like even the first one that came out in 2001, I think it was something like that. It was a first person shooter too, and they made the remake last year, a remaster last year. Nintendo made that. I have it.
Did you finish it?
Nope.
I'll go back to
it.
Nothing.
Like well, he's never going back to Naruto. He has stated in an episode that he's never going back.
I'm
not
going back to Naruto. I've said that many times. Yeah. I'm not going back to Naruto.
Wavy will say. Wavy will say he is not doing something before he'll say that he won't do something. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, I believe, is the full title.
Yeah, Beyond. That's it. I was looking for the titles Beyond, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I saw something about it being the first of something, but no, just a new addition to the series.
It probably was. Just forget.
It's whatever.
And shout out to 90% of y'all people that haven't finished Hellblade.
Cornered hasn't even touched it. Cornered
stuff
hasn't
like
touched
that.
it. And he said, but he was looking forward to playing.
I mean, that's touching it is one thing, but like people are like, I mean, they'll play a little bit of it, and then they haven't like 90. I think 90% of the players haven't completed the game yet, and the game's like 7 hours long. It's not that long of a game. It's like probably 7-8 hours, maybe 10.
Hard, like what?
Nah, I think people might just be like, it's one of those Game Pass kind of games. Not Game Pass kind of game, but it's on Game Pass. So if you don't like it like that, you can just like stop playing it, and like you're not really wasting any money, I guess. So,
but you got less investment when it's free. You're like,
yeah, you know what I mean.
I'll come back to it later.
Right.
Later never comes, and then when you do touch it, you're like, what are the controls? Crap,
why all these squares? Make a circle. I can't. You know what? It's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not fine. I'm not fine. And this one's still green.
Because I was a fan of the first game. I liked the first game a lot. It's just that I didn't get the second game because I did not want to go through that again of the schizophrenia in your head, like the in your head voices or whatever. Like that, it's better to play with headphones and everything because like you heard the voices in her head. Because like basically in the headphones and stuff like that, like kind of messing with you and everything. I think she's like she had a mental disease and stuff like that. Is it schizophrenia? I don't know what it is, but it's something.
That's the multiple personality.
It's something.
I forget what it's called when you hear.
I forget.
I mean, that's part of it. I think. I believe that is part of it.
I think schizophrenia.
Yeah, but
yeah, she has something. She struggled with psychosis. That's what it is. So she suffers from the condition. It believes it's a curse and stuff like that and everything. But you like when you play the game, like you play the first game, like you play with headphones, you hear the voices in like the headphones and stuff like that, like saying like do this, do that, something like that. And this to me that was creepy.
Oh no!
So it was a great game, but it was creepy. So that's why I didn't want the second one.
I'm good. It's bad enough. Like
yeah, that's not like that game will give you psychosis. Like
it won't give you psychosis.
A little nice detail.
It's bad enough. I think like even like light touching like Warframe is one mission where this like character goes like rap tap tap. If you're wearing headphones, it says it in different sides of your ear while you're walking in the dark trying to find something. Yeah,
this game is definitely like not. It's just like it's like I said, you heard the voices in the head and stuff like that, and I just didn't want to go through that again. But I liked the game, the first one. I just didn't want to go through that again. That's why I didn't get the second one.
I'm with immersion. I'm with immersion, but I have lines. That's definitely one of them. I'm with immersion, but no, that's like why I don't want to do 3D. At least not right now.
I don't think I ever want to do right. Remember when like probably like 2005 to like 2015, like 3D movies were all the rage, and they were like, pay extra $10 for a 3D.
I don't get spit on. It's like and the water comes out of the seat. No, I think it's 4D. It's 4D when it's when I think they had the floorboards for some movie with the rats or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they'll like blow air out your feet. I'm like, I'll pay it for Disneyland, but no, I'm not paying extra $10 just so the image can be like, whoa. And this is always just so obvious too. It's just like
you're out here just the chair, moving them in the chair. Just, I didn't see that coming. Like, you know?
I know. They're about to fall off something. They're about to almost hit the
audience. That don't be feeling real though. Like, you on some of them rides. Like at first, I mean, now I'd be, you know, like, but before it was kind of like when the joint leaned a little too far or something. It was kind of like your mind's like you're trying to be like it's not happening. It's happening. Your mind's like it's about to happen on some Toad stuff. Like
it's like you are about to get hit. Evade. Oh, nope, you about to get hit. Oh, you got lucky. It was actually fake. You were right.
That might be jacking us up for real. We might be right. Like, you're arguing with your mind's initial instincts.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, because after you talk about gaming too, like you ever think about when you're playing the game and you're doing reaction? I'll say it's almost like Assassin's Creed bleed effect. If you knock something over and you catch it like Spider-Man or something like that, I'll be like, I'll be thinking I'm pressing triangle in my head. Like I saw something fall. Yeah, like, you know, the reaction speed is crazy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In any case, that's been a lot. Catching up with you guys on the conversation, wrapping up for you here. Be sure to check us out all across social media at Fukaname. Catch previous episodes of our podcast on whatever podcast streaming service you prefer. We are there, guaranteed. Be sure to check out our website for the podcast there. If you don't have a podcast preferred app or anything like that, that's okay. We're on web browser as well. I've been your host, Frosty Phenix. Follow me online, FROSTYPHENIX. I do voiceovers. I do gaming content. I'm on Twitch, Frosty Phenix 89. We out here in these streets. Squad, close out with your socials.
Of course. What's up, y'all? Like he said before, we are back, and we'll be here in the future as well. Of course, it's Wav3yGawd, WAVII_GAWD. That's me on Instagram and as well as X, in parentheses Twitter. And I am, of course, a sneaker lover, anime watcher, video game player. These hobbies are great, but they made me poor at the same time. So I'm trying to get this money. But that is a wrap for us. You know, of course, follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube and all our podcast platforms, Spotify and Apple. Give us 5 stars so you can move up an algorithm and support, bring the show to many people like yourselves. But we out.
It's your man, DesertSkies. You know how we do podcasts. We say we'll only be here for like half an hour. We here like an hour and a half.
That's a
2
lot
hours.
to rap
but,
about.
This is how it is. We like talking to each other. You know, text don't do it sometimes. So when we're on here, we're like, oh, we get to see each other. We get to talk about stuff in person, and then we just keep on talking. We're like, oh yeah, we should probably wrap this up. But it's your man, it's your man, DesertSkies. You know, a desert fox reads more manga than a corner fox. You know that a desert fox gets more sun than a corner fox. You know that a desert fox is just cooler than a corner fox, and he's not here. So yeah,
He's not here.
So check me out. Check us out, please. DesertSkies. Peace.
Peace
Peace, y'all.
out. Well,